said Jimmy Walker? Ooh. That's whiskey, ain't it?
Oh,
Jimmy Walker's whiskey, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, or scotch. No, it's... Oh, I thought you said Jimmy Walker.
All right, I think y'all lying.
Peace, love,
Everybody
black
make
power.
Everybody make sure you turn off your notifications so it's not going on. Yeah, everybody, YouTube.
What do you say, baby?
We live. What's up, fam? We gonna let the consensus grow a little bit.
The hell is the subject of
Consensus. Yeah, we live, man. We're gonna wait for a couple of people to come on in. Come on in to come chill with your peoples at Mile High News. We getting it in live tonight. What it do's? All right. All right. Peace, love, and black empowerment. Welcome back to Mile High News, family. This is season 2, episode 15, live show. What's up, fam? Sorry we are late today. We're just coming in to come chill with the family. You know, we on CP time. You know how we do.
CP.
So as usual, I'd like to give a shout out to all our donators and supporters to Mile High News and Unity Community. We want to give y'all a round of applause too. Thank y'all. Thank y'all. We're going to continue bringing this truth to you. And today I just want to talk about the Tulsa anniversary. And you know, really, I don't really like to say it's an anniversary because it's really celebrating the death of our people and the massacre of our people. But you know, we were really doing something out there, and we were trying to get it in before they came and murdered us all. So I guess that is something to be celebrated or remembered. So not really celebrated, but definitely remembered. And my question is to the people, what are we going to do after this? You know what I'm saying? I'm speaking to my brother, Patrick Alexander. Shouts out to him and the Liberation Party. And we were just talking, man, what's going to be next? And, you know, I really want to know, you know, out of all the marches, out of all the protesting that we were doing out there in Tulsa, how many people were talking about building another Tulsa? You know, that's what we really need to get focused on, family. You know, of course, the stuff happened. It's bad. Let's commemorate it. But I bet you every person in Tulsa that got killed or you know got bombed in the house or whatever happened to them, I can guarantee you that they're looking down on us. You know, wanting us to rebuild what they had. Not just in Tulsa, but nationwide, family. You know what I'm saying? That needs to be the nationwide consensus. That's what we need to do is build 1,000 other Tulsas. You know, every city in America should have a small Greenwood, a small Tulsa in it. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what needs to happen, family. You know what I'm saying? We have to get this right. We have to get it right. Because we're seeing every day, every time something happens, that what we're doing is not working. You know? And everybody said, well, it didn't work for the people in Tulsa because look what happened. And it did work for them. It did. It was one of the most flourishing communities in history. You know what I'm saying? It's beating out the communities even now, 100 years later. You know? Their own banks, their own schools, their own economic system. That's what we need, family, and that's going to be our only answer. That's going to be the only way we can empower ourselves. You know? So tonight's our live show. We hope to holler at y'all. I'm going to get some callers in here in a little while, and we got the sisters in the house too. So, what's up? Free for all tonight, fam. You know, there's not no structure in it, so. You know, we even got Sister Melly in the building. Yep. Sister Melly! We kick it back tonight, fam.
Peace and power. And brother, no, I want to piggyback off of what you said. First of all, we had more than one talks. We had a lot of successful independent cities and townships of black people, and they destroyed them. We have to be stronger than our ancestors. Our ancestors were mighty. They were unapologetic, but they made mistakes. Now it's time for us to capitalize off of what they did and not make the same mistakes. The only thing we haven't done is rode as a unit, as one. And that's one of the things that they talked about a lot in Tulsa this past weekend. We have to ride as one nation. We cannot keep riding separately. I don't care what anybody says. I respect and I appreciate and I salute every formation, organization, everybody that's doing the work. But everybody is we pulling. We need to come together in a centralized unit. We have to ride as one. I don't care if you're more. I don't care what you like doing in your bed. I don't care what God you worship. I don't care about any of those things because we have all suffered the exact same trauma in some kind of way. And they don't stop and say, oh, are you more? Before they shoot you or do whatever they're going to do to you. All they see is your black skin.
Right.
That's all they see. And until we start riding as one black nation, we are not going to get any respect. And we are not going to accomplish anything because everybody is pulling away from what we need to be pulling to. Like I said, I understand everybody is doing great work. But until we ride together, it's not going to make a dent in what we doing. And I yield.
That's right. That's right. Definitely. And that's another thing, man. You know, I'm not knocking all of my people. You know, it was a historic moment. You know, we had everybody out there from the Huey P. Newton, from the New Black Panthers to the original Black Panthers. The Freedom Liberation Party, all of them out there. So we're showing that we can unite, man. We can unite. But let's take it a step further and start uniting our dollars. You know what I'm saying? And then watch how historic that is. That's what they're scared of. They're not scared of us coming together with some signs and some flags and coming out there, you know, with our guns, showing them off. They're not scared of that. But what they are scared of is taking that money out their pocket. You know what I'm saying? By losing us as their number one consumers. Because that's what we are. That's all we are to them, fam. We are people who will buy their products. When we start making our own products and start doing it for ourselves. Y'all want to see a revolution and a war? Oh, that's when it's going to start. I guarantee you. I yield.
Well, I just want to say, I know it's not Queen's Corner, but we just came on here. Well, I came on here tonight because I really wanted to say something, and I know Bianca wanted to come on here and say something too. So, mainly the reason I came on here is because we really do have to start going different places and building there and maybe bringing it back. Because when I look around my city right now, like, I don't know this place anymore. And I don't know the east side, I don't know Park Hill. It's just, it looks totally different to me. And I know that I see, when I went to Georgia, I saw a lot of people who look like me who were doing some amazing things. And I honestly wouldn't mind being a part of that and then bouncing some of that back here and there, because honestly, it's just not enough of us trying to move us forward or do enough here. Like, I love my people. I'm Colorado. I'm Denver all day. I'm gonna always be Denver. But when I look around at what's happening, and I can't even put my hand on my family members because they're so far out, I don't even know where they are. Like, families have just been torn apart because you're not in the same area. I mean, it just looks so different to me. But when I was out there, I really saw a difference. And it's amazing because I know there's not a lot of people doing what Tulsa did, but they are doing it in pockets. Like what they are trying to do in Oklahoma right now. And also what I seen, they were celebrating even in Stonecrest out there in Georgia. They were having a big celebration and they had all these vendors
Like
and all
Wall
these
Street
black.
Market, they just
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty freaking amazing. So, yeah, it's not enough of us doing it, but if enough of us small groups continue to build here, there, and then you just stretch, like you reach out to different areas. Not saying it's going to be the best move, not saying that it's going to be better than here, but I have to try something different. Honestly, I am 41 years old now, and if I don't do it now, I'm probably never going to do it. I'll be here the rest of my life still talking about it, and my grandkids and my great-grandkids will probably be doing the same thing, and I'm trying to change the game for me and my family. And so I know that my husband hasn't said it, and I haven't said it, but we are moving to Georgia in the beginning of July. So we'll be here for a little while. We're going to keep Mile High News going. We're going to keep Unity Community News going. And we're going to branch out. And we're going to see if we can make it work in a different way. Because for me, I don't want to keep sitting here doing the same thing over and over and over. And I get it. And it breaks my heart because my husband has worked so hard over these last 3 to 4 years. And I don't want to discourage anybody from donating and trying to still help out. We really do appreciate everybody who has helped out, donated, and everything. But honestly, it isn't enough, and we can only do so much. And so, yes, I'm still on the slave ship. I'm still on the plantation. I'm still working the fields right now. But it's just until I get where I'm trying to be. I'm working with a purpose this time. I'm not just working just to be working. I'm working to build up there. I'm working so we can build up here, and we can trade, and we can meet and connect with other people who look like us, because I'm sorry, Colorado don't look like us. Out there looks like us, and I want to connect with people who look like me. And I love my family, and I love all of y'all. And I hope it doesn't sound like, oh, she's down in Denver. I'm Denver. I'm going to always be Denver. Born and bred here, right here in Park Hill and on the east side. And my grandma and my mama. And so we go back at least 4 generations. So I'm always going to be Denver. But sometimes if you keep on doing the same thing and it's not working, just maybe sometimes we need to change it up a little bit. And that's my spiel. I love y'all though. And y'all keep pushing. And we'll connect with y'all. Obviously will be here when I get back. And when we keep coming back. And so we still have land out there. That 40 acres, that's not just for us. That's for the family. Anybody who wants to be out there, anybody who wants to build up there and help us, because we plan to turn it into
Not anybody.
Airbnb. Not anybody.
But okay.
Like-minded people. Okay, correction.
Not
Yeah,
just anybody.
Right. But yeah, it's there. Not white people, not coons. No.
That's right, Phil. And you know, I've been doing this for, almost 4 years, and I've been trying my hardest to push this, no matter how much push I get back here in Denver, Colorado. But here we're comfortable in uncomfortability, and there's a little bit too much of that, family, And I'm always saying, if we get hit here in Denver, in Colorado, we're not going to know what to do, because we depend on them so much here, family. And sometimes it's kind of sickening, to see the Juneteenth with more white vendors than black. The Black Arts Festival with more white vendors and white artists than black. I mean, come on, Denver. I love my city. Just like my wife said, we are born and bred here. You know what I'm saying? I am, 80239 Montebello, from the 4-8 to the 5-5. You know what I'm saying? But I can't get with this no more, fam. And, you know, like my wife said, we're going to be probably turning Mile High News into Unity Community News because, you know, it's Unity Community is going to be a nationwide thing, you know? And Mile High News, for what it is, it is a great, you know, I build it, it's a great platform, but you know what I'm saying? Really, most of our supporters aren't even in the Mile High. And it's sad to say. You know what I'm saying? I have broken my back for Denver in Colorado. And all I have got is pushback out here, fam. You know? Everything I'm doing for our people out here. Never once have I said that this is for me. Never once have I said that I'm trying to do this just for me and my family. I want to see our people succeed out here. We are a special breed out here because, you know, we have the history, but, you know, we really didn't apply it. And we really did, you know, back in the day because we had, you know, Daddy Bruce and, you know, we had real community back then. But, you know, fam, we have been so gentrified out here and it's so much, you know, kumbaya, but it's not kumbaya in the schools. It's not kumbaya in the medical. It's not kumbaya if you try to buy some land or you know, open up a business or get a bank loan. It's not no kumbaya. So if it's not that, then why the fuck are we worried about all these people here? Why haven't we branched off? You know, I got a lot of my inspiration from Brother Oliver Tucson Jackson, who founded Deerfield, Colorado. You know what I'm saying? And this man died trying to fulfill his purpose, and people still weren't on the right thing because they were thinking, oh, we're free from the South. So we're going to come here, and that's all we want. We just want to be free. We don't want to be free and empower ourselves. We don't want to be free and make a way for our people here so maybe our people from the South can come out here and be empowered too. Like it's kind of sad, fam. It's kind of sad how it is out here because one major thing, and Denver's going to crumble, fam. You know, we got all these white people coming from Colorado, and they're coming for your land. They're coming for your grandma's house that's been in your family for hundreds of years. They're coming for y'all shit here, fam. They done already moved half of us out to Aurora. Where are we going to go next? We going to be in Commerce City? We can't even have that because the Mexicans got it. You know? You need to wake up here in Denver and in Colorado, fam, because
I want to say this is not a bash Denver.
it's not a bash. I love my city.
I love Denver. Truth be told, I got a job offer out there, making more money than I was here. I think it would be a great opportunity. I did go out there a couple of times. I did love it. I do love seeing my people. I do love being around my people.
98.9% black.
People here, but it's my people. Like most of the people here in Denver that are still here are my people. Literally, my family. Like I'm kin to them. Real stuff.
Biggest family in Colorado.
Like so, I love
Black
being
family.
around my family, but I want to be around other people who are trying to do stuff as well as the people here trying to do stuff. And I know if we can build those bridges, and I know it could be something amazing, honestly. And so this is not a bash Denver and, oh, I'm leaving because y'all ain't shit and y'all don't help us and we've been asking and asking. Nothing like that. It's just all love. All love. But honestly, I think that we can grow some stuff out there and then bring it back here and then grow here. And then we do need different cities, states. We need to connect. We need to trade with different cities and states. And I'm not saying Georgia's the best decision. I think it's gonna be great for me and my family, yes, but I'm not saying, oh, we should all just move to Georgia or all just move to the South. Nothing like that. I love my black people here, but I honestly think that this is gonna be a good move for me and my family, and so I'm gonna pass it to Bianca.
You got Sister B in the house.
I'm gonna let her talk.
First and
Right,
foremost, you guys are gonna be so missed. Oh my goodness. But peace, love.
We can't tell. We can't tell. No, I'm just playing. I'm sorry. I love Denver. I love y'all, Denver. I'm sorry.
in Black empowerment people. Coming to you, speaking this evening about being proactive in this whole situation and instead of reactive. That's what the government has everybody running around, basically running scared right now. If you're able to focus, sit back, focus, regroup, and come up with a plan and implement it, that's one of their biggest fears. They don't want you proactive, they want you reactive. Some of the ways economically to push back against white inferior complex, we're not going to call that white supremacy. There's no supremacy in it. So white inferior complex is making sure that you have trades that you are building for yourself. You're not working for anyone anymore. You're making money for yourself. That's the only way to make sure that you're keeping the money that you're supposed to have for you. You're building wealth for you. You're not, building up another company and then turn around, been there 15, 20 years, get fired, that type of stuff. But we definitely need more Black-owned construction companies, Black-owned landscaping companies, Black-owned lighting companies, and independent truck drivers. We could be doing our own shipping from state to state. We could be doing so much more as a people. I mean, are you satisfied with just sitting back and working hard for another person, basically, because you are working for another person. It's not just a corporation. That corporation is owned by one person, two maybe, but one person, and you're making that person rich. There's no point. Financial enslavement and mental enslavement are the two key factors in white inferior complex still reigning the way that it is. We have to break ourselves of this. Where was I? Oh, one more thing. Unification does not mean unity. We have to come together. Listen, when white people were trying to keep Black people out of neighborhoods in the 40s and the 50s and stuff, mind you, before then, they were segregated on their own blocks. The Irish stayed on one block, the Jewish stayed on one block, the Protestants, everybody was segregated then. They pulled together, despite all of their differences, to move onto one block, to keep that block all white. We have to have that same. We have to have that same mind frame when it comes down to building and working with our own people. I might not like you. I might not agree with your religion, because that really seems to be a barrier for us as Black people, is religion, because it's been so instilled and indoctrinated within us. We gotta break that habit, because at the end of the day, it's not about individual families, like you said. It's about the collective whole. It's about the collective whole, and the collective whole as a nation, as Sister Millie was saying, is about survival. That is the one thing that we all have in common. We want to survive. It doesn't have to be we click and we unify on everything. No, we're not going to. So let's just take what we can unify on and build from there. Deal with your inside business and your inside issues with people later, after we've actually established our own status, our own ground. You can go look, if you still even feel that way about that person after the fact, But we are in a war. We are in a fight. And we cannot sit up here and let dumb things and pettiness keep us apart from the main goal, which is survival. You can easily turn into a Judas based on anger, you know, and you don't want to turn against your people. That's all I can say. It's very important for us to also start establishing, even if it's a text group of about 5 or 6 people, safe groups, like where you're keeping in and you're checking in on your family. There has been so many random people getting kidnapped lately. There's been so many random people getting, of course, we know getting murdered. But at the same time, there are people that are coming up missing and all kinds of. Start reaching out and at least having a group of at least 5 people that you text weekly. Check in. That's all I have. Peace, love, and Black empowerment.
Right. That's right, man. We gotta keep it.
Well, no, I want to piggyback off of that because I was saying it the other day that we need to ride like these white folks and different things like that. And a sister, she pulled me to the side. She said, "I'm gonna tell you something." She said, "Stop saying this." She said, "We're not gonna never be able to ride like them." She said, "Because we are the only people that have been abused, tortured, murdered, and done like we have been done throughout our history. So no, we are not going to ride like them because we are suffering from intergenerational trauma. I don't care what Black person you are on this planet, you have suffered some kind of intergenerational trauma living as a Black person on this planet. We sick. We are definitely sick. And we have to be in a healing process as well as war. We are at war. It is no other way to put it. We are at war. So at war, we have to do as warriors do. We have to ride together. I don't care what you all are talking about and saying. But the thing is, we have been so traumatized in our heads that we are being more self-destructive than anything. Stop thinking about that and think about your children. This is my only thing. I hear so many Black people, "Oh, I love my children. I love my babies." Y'all go out and buy them all that bullshit and do all these things for them. If you truly love your children, you want a future for your children. There's no other way around it.
Right.
I am tired of seeing my babies. I'm talking about Black babies with no hope in their eyes. What are we doing to provide that for them? They are still being put into these school systems. We have to stop being so weak. We have to stop being so weak. Let me tell y'all something. I've been in a process of healing for a couple of years now. And let me tell you something. Healing is not a good thing. It's not easy, but it's necessary. We have to build a nation for our babies, man. I do not want my child, I don't want to look down from the heaven or look down from the ancestral realm or whatever you want to call it and see my daughter in chains. That's all I see. Because y'all cannot tell me nothing about, "Oh, we are so much we're in a better place." We're in a better place, Melly. Oh, yeah, we are. The fuck you preach, no, we're not. Because we don't have a future for our children. Our babies need to have some kind of hope. And I'm going to keep saying that land is power.
That's right.
Right.
Land is power. Stop playing. Everybody that can need to buy land. Everybody that can. get some land somewhere. I don't care where it is. Because we got to put some power behind our voices. You folks don't give a fuck about what we saying. Stop trying to convince them. And then my sis told me today, I talk to Sis Mo every day. And she told me that y'all had this Biden motherfucker down there Tulsa. When I heard that, I thought I was gonna go crazy. But I know some of y'all in that church, y'all look insane. But Biden should have been banned from that motherfucker.
Right.
He did shit for
You
us
would think.
since he been in office. And y'all let that motherfucker come to Tulsa. I would have bombed that goddamn Air Force One out the sky.
I want to come in with his little split his eye. We're gonna help everybody.
Tragedy.
That's how they be
It
looking.
was a massacre.
We're gonna help. Ain't gonna do shit. But forget what you just said 2 seconds ago.
Come on, man. Come on. We got to do better than this. We have to do better than this. We walk around talking about, oh, I'm a king, I'm a queen. Let me tell you something about a king and a queen. They provide. They take care. They protect their nation. Where is our nation, kings and queens?
Can't be a king or a queen without a nation to rule over, right?
Thank you. Where's our nation, kings and queens? Show me. I'm from Missouri today. Show me. I yield.
That's right, definitely.
All right, Psycho, you
You've
ready?
been waiting. You've been waiting. He's about to explode.
Say
First of all, it's good to be here, and I actually look forward to us doing our broadcast every week. And that's part of the commitment, that's part of the consistency, that's part of what we do as conscious men and women. And the truth is, we're at war. We're at war. And in every process of war, there's going to be highlights, and then there's going to be lowlights. And then sometimes there's going to be no lights. You know, we're going to win some, we're going to lose some, and some of them we're going to have a draw. All right? But the fact that we're still here says to our internal strength that the more we struggle, the stronger we get. And as we look at today, it got to a point where we ain't got nothing to lose, right? And see, these events, like celebrating these watershed moments in history, like the massacres of our success, we need to know that. And we need to critique that so that we don't make the historical mistakes. History does not repeat itself. And the historical mistakes can't repeat themselves if you don't learn from your mistakes.
Sure.
And so my grandfather used to tell me, if you make a mistake and you know it's a mistake and you don't correct a mistake, then you made a bigger mistake. All right. So when we look at these events, on the surface, it don't make no sense. Why would you celebrate your massacre? Why would you do that? Well, when you look at the history of war, all right, you learn from those mistakes. You don't never want to forget that which was very, very painful and hurtful so that you don't go through that no more. And usually when we come together to do these celebrations, like Juneteenth, massacres and whatnot, they're mobilizing efforts to build consciousness. And see, these events, like the Million Man March, was a mobilization effort to bring together folks of conscious, and it was the first time for a lot of folks that they had ever been around 1 million black people. It wasn't just men that was there. And it was sisters who were the glue who forced brothers to go to the march, because if you didn't go to the Million Man March, Jack, you couldn't come home. You know what I'm saying? You didn't want to hear that. You know what I mean? And even if you didn't go, you was not going to work that day. So it became a conscious effort, especially for people who were new at this thing, who had never been around that many black people who were at peace. See? And we destroyed a lot of myths about how we could not get together and do something positive without no violence and killing and murder and mayhem and madness. It was mobilization to show us how to build organization. We just wasn't going there to be going there, like we going to a picnic. No, we went there with a purpose. And so a lot of people met a lot of people who joined the organized efforts of what they were doing in their community. And mobilization efforts are temporary. They're just for a specific date, time, and place. And then the organization of it is that you go and recruit and get people to join your network, expand your network, and build and go back home and build and share and become more conscious of the things that we can do. Because the bottom line is that this thing in Tulsa that we just organized, that was work. That was work. Serious work. See? And that costs money to put that thing together. All right? And so we learned that we have no excuses. Because if you can mobilize people with those kind of efforts and put resources in it, then you can do that every day. See? And so there was millions of dollars that was spent, but the money went back to the enemy on plane tickets, food, hotel rooms.
Wait, I'm like, wait.
You know what I'm saying? Hotel rooms, all right? And the
And they do.
so it was a
That's when they
mobilization.
don't care. Yeah, let
It
them
was a
come on down.
mobilization for mobilization's sake. But you have to build those kind of things. So at the end of the day, all right,
Back to you.
at the end of the day, all right, you drop money down to build a hospital before you leave town. Same amount of money you spend on the plane ticket, you'd be able to drop that down toward a hospital there in Tulsa. See? And that leaves something tangible there to build on. See? And that's the one thing that we don't do. We have these conferences and we spend millions of dollars going to the conference, airline tickets, after the conference, we ain't got nothing concrete we left in the territory that we built. See? And at least if you're gonna do conferences, at least you want to at least do a conference so you can build your own conference center so that you can have the community and states come to a particular place and you have something tangible out of it.
And you have
That's
vendors.
mobilization
Yeah,
for
vendors come
organization.
there and then they buy from the vendors.
Yeah. But then you gotta drop down. You know what I'm saying? You cannot leave town without dropping down on a specific outcome. A school. You know what I'm saying? A business. An institution. Some land. Some land. You can't build all of that without putting it down on the ground somewhere. So you're gonna have to buy some land. You ain't never seen no hospital up in the sky somewhere, like you Star Trek. You know? Because you ain't even got no spaceship from which you got land to launch it from. You know what I'm saying? So you got to have some land. All right, and so as we grow and we get more sophisticated in what we're doing, we need to move our movement from mobilization back to mobilization for organization. And once you get there, then you don't have to show up. Just drop the money you was gonna spend on the hotels, the food, and send it to a United Fund in Oklahoma so they can rebuild Wall Street. See? And that's a process of coming to consciousness. See? But you have to be critical about the things that you do so you don't make the historical mistake. See? And we can no longer continue to spend our money, time, and efforts without no tangible outcome other than I feel good. See? I feel good. And we need a massive good feeling. So I don't care if you're celebrating Monkey Head Stew Festival. All right? Organize the resources and then leave something concrete, you know what I'm saying, behind so that you can build on that. All right? But just to be going there to jump up and down and have a great time and don't leave nothing concrete there, and you're not going there to recruit, to build your organization where you came from, It don't make no sense.
Mm-hmm.
It don't. It don't. And yet,
Yes,
it
it
does
does.
make sense, because one of the unintended consequences is there's something really for folks who are new in the game, that they never did nothing like this, and they can say, I was there, and you're gonna learn something from the people there, because when you get there, your primary job as an organizer is you got to get to talking to the people, see, about what the real deal is and why we are here. And there has to be a message that you're trying to build as you go about organizing these mobilization efforts. Otherwise, honestly, you look stupid, celebrating ass whoopings. Okay. I'll talk about
Murder.
I'll talk about from real. You look
Shout out to our sister, Sister Barbara. She said healing starts with self, and that is the basis for helping to heal each other. Black folks, we can unite and support one another. I know that's right.
And so I'm not mad at
Right.
nobody for doing what you do. You do what you do. Because I've been there being a mobilizer, all right, for a specific thing, like let's free Huey, you know, or let's go free Angela, or Miss May lost her job, so let's go and protest for a couple of days and get her back her job.
We drink
You know,
tonight,
and then the next day, you know what I mean, they lock up another brother, you dig what I'm saying, and he got a case, and now we gotta spend ransom money to get him out of jail, and we could've built hotels,
Right.
see what I'm saying? So we had a policy called jail, no bail, organized in the jail, we're not gonna waste our money on ransom, getting you out, all right? So you have something to do, go to the jail, organize the jail, and then break out, like we did in South Shakur. You know, because can't no guards hold no 20,000 inmates. I mean, come on, man, for real. You know what I'm saying? If you're serious about getting up out of here, you know what I'm saying? You can get up out of here. You know what I'm saying? And it can be organized. You know what I'm saying? We proved that with South Shakur. All right, broke her out, sent her to Cuba, and they ain't been able to touch her since.
That's right.
Because there was commitment there with revolutionaries to revolutionaries. And that's why we honor Fidel Castro and the Cuban Revolution. He would send troops to Africa, Angola, Mozambique, fight the South African army, and pimp the Russians to give us the tanks and the guns and all the rest of that shit. You know, kind of thing. And so we honor the true commitments that we have from revolutionaries who are not only people who speak the language, but they live it. And they're willing to put their whole nation at risk for the principle, for the liberation and the unity kind of thing. And so we have those kind of solid connections. So we got to move back to mobilization for organization, for power, for land. And if it's not about land, it's not about power, it's not about organization, because you can't get none of that without no organization. Then it ain't about nothing. It ain't about nothing. So, you know, we've got to build this united front around folks who want to do things, not talk about doing things, but walk and chew bubble gum at the same time. In other words, I ain't talking about nothing I'm not doing. I ain't doing it, I ain't got no comment on it, I ain't got no opinion on it. You know, I don't know nothing about what you're talking about. Nothing. Nothing. See? And so with all these other distractions with the, what's that, LGBT alphabet soup issue, that's a distraction.
Which is held right on Juneteenth and on Father's Day.
Exactly.
The whole month now.
It's not my,
You know, this is not about individual advancement, it's about the group. If it ain't about the group, it ain't about nothing. All right, it ain't about nothing, see? My grandfather told me, he said, look boy, what another man eats, you can't shit. All right? It's not about individual things like how do we eat so that we can have a group poop. You know what I'm saying? Turn and fertilize and put it on the land. See, we can grow some shit on top of that. You know what I'm saying? So, it's a good thing, this Tulsa thing. But we have to be critical about the things we do, because that's the building of the culture. Culture is no more than the way you do the things you do, see, and be consistent with it. And that starts with building a code of conduct that we have to live to that won't allow us to get distracted, see, with all of this other stuff. Because we have some serious contradictions, see. We got some serious contradictions, and we got some serious illnesses, all right? And the bottom line is, so what? So what? You know what I'm saying? So what? Everybody on the planet is sick with something. So what? If you're looking for perfection, you got to die and go to heaven, and you're high up in space now where ain't no bottom, no top. How high can you go? See? And heaven without no location don't mean shit. See, that's bullshit. See, there has to be a location in space where your ass is at, like the earth is up in space, but it has a location. See, and it has a specific purpose. And it does what it does, and it don't care nothing about how you feel about nothing. It's gonna do what it's gonna do. The sun gonna rise, and it's gonna rotate, and it's gonna be light and darkness, and it don't care nothing about your opinion. It don't care about your democracy. You don't get no vote on that. There ain't no voting about truth. It either is or it ain't. And you either vote for the is or you vote for the ain't. But it keeps doing what it does. See? No matter how you feel, no matter how sick you are, you know what I'm saying? It's like you can still do things when you're sick. See? And it may not be perfect, but it don't have to be. It don't have to be perfect. It just has to be 99%. See? 99%.
Just has to be done.
And so even if you come up short, you're way ahead of the game when you ain't doing nothing but talking, you're not getting nothing done. So let's talk, more action, and we move on down the road with it. Move on down the road with it. So the one thing you can honestly say by looking at Mile High News is that we are living what we're talking about to the best of our ability. And we can use all the help we can get, because it's going to require a united front of conscious men and women to build a present and future for the next generation. And we got to do that. And then pass the torch. Especially like old folks like me, I got to get out the way and let y'all do what you do. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't want to hold y'all up. You know what I mean? As we go on the trail of tears, just leave me behind. Jack, I'll take care of it. You know what I mean? I'll take care of the rear guard. You know what I'm saying? To make sure that you got enough room to get to where you need to go. So old folks still can participate in the movement. And there's a particular thing that you can do because you have the experience. And from that experience, you may have a little bit of wisdom. All right? A little bit of wisdom that you can add on and share with the youth, because the youth are the spark for all revolutions, because they ain't bought into the game yet. They ain't got no house, they ain't got no bills. You know what I'm saying? And they're free to think. And if you can't do anything else for the youth, you can give them an opportunity to have time to think about their life and what they want it to be, and then support them in that. Support them in that. Whatever that is, support that in. All right? And it's going to move it on down the road. And that's all I got.
Wow.
Oh, and remember, only you can prevent forest fires. Burn, baby, burn.
Right, man. And we been burning like a motherfucker.
That's right.
We need a fire extinguisher to put this shit out. Let's get the hell away from this shit. Quit burning. You know? Metaphorically speaking.
Brother, do you want to say something?
We got Brother D in the house. Brother D.
I know you got something to tell us, brother. Where you been?
Shit. What's up? Maha News, how y'all doing? I just stopped in. I'm always close, just getting ready to get back to training. We're getting ready to kick off that Heavy Metal Kings training company here soon. And, we just still doing what we're doing. We just watching everything that we put forth in the last episodes last year during the pandemic. The information is still out there and it's still gonna do what it's gonna do. Pretty much as all these new times are changing over, all these new wars and stuff. So we just watching and we just keeping an eye on it before we start just issuing new information and stuff. So it's still the same over here with, we had to reconvene with some of the group, and as far as the militia, put some people on some projects and just keep people trained up and stuff right now. So we're back at the gun show, doing our thing at the Tanner Gun Show. So definitely come see us if you need supplies, ammo, parts, any of that stuff. It's camping season too, so just get ready to keep training, keep your family right. So that's kind of what we're doing. We ain't doing too much extra, just keeping an eye on all them stories that we brought y'all last season, and just making sure things don't shift so we can update everybody.
And when is the Tanner Gun Show and where?
Next Tanner Gun Show will be this weekend in Pueblo, Colorado. Get on just Google TannerGunShow.com because I don't have the location on me at this time. So and that way you can get the full yearly schedule where we're gonna be at. And Exquisite Customs, we're always in there. We're probably like one of 3 black vendors there, so we're easy to find. You know what I'm saying? And we can direct you to the right stuff as usual.
That's right, fam. We gotta stay armed. I'm looking for some ammo myself. Shit, I need to. I'm gonna give it to you after this.
For sure.
But yeah, family, we just wanted to come on here this week to get it in, and I know everybody's looking for the news and Mile High News, but we're always in the news. There's always something going on with us. You know what I'm saying? I want to get out the news. I want to be, private, us to ourselves, where don't nobody know what we're doing, and we just bam, we just bust out on them, economically independent. I'm a dreamer. But, like we said, family, there's going to be a lot of changes here coming up from Mile High News. We will be moving to Georgia here in a while. But, there is never no love lost for Mile High News. I am a Denver native to the heart. You know what I'm saying? I was talking to the homeboy today, man. I think I know more people in Denver than anybody else. You know what I'm saying? I got kicked out of over 4 middle schools. I got kicked out of 2 high schools. So I was all over Denver. You know what I'm saying? I know everybody. If you are in Denver and you're around my age and you know me. You know who I am. But you know what I'm saying? This is time for a change, fam. And I hope my city can get it together. Get it together, Denver. We are such a beautiful state. We got so much going on for ourselves, but we just can't figure out a way to unite. And we ain't the only ones. But me, I'm like, if you can't beat them, join them. If I can't do nothing without it, I want to go to someplace who is doing it. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, I can't do it. I don't know. I'm trying. I'm trying. That's all I can say. But if I can't do it, I want to be a part of this, fam. Before I leave this earth, I want to be a part of a black community who empowers its people. And we all should want that too, fam. And if we did, this would be a whole different situation for us. So we love y'all. We'll be back next week for our get the correspondence in here. Hopefully I can get my bro Maurice. He's gonna make us a video out there in Mombasa, Kenya. And we'll see y'all next week, fam. You got anything else to say, Sister Melly?
That's it. Peace.
We love y'all. See y'all next week. Peace.